The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour on this Friday, the 2nd of May. We're looking at the Dow up at 364 points at 41,122. Very nice, steady action. Look, this is all, let me go through this. Technical Friday, so I'll do things technically. The low that was made at 36.61 on the 7th of April saw a huge spike up to the 40,500 area. And then what happened is a pullback and a double top there. I was a little nervous about that. Yes, we came down, and then we started to move higher. Now, that becomes a gray A and a gray B. Why is it gray? Because all the technicals are weak. I had no buy signal at all. Pulls back even deeper. Then it goes peak A underneath the previous A and B, and then it breaks above the B point, that peak B, not A to B equals B to C, the lightning bolt pattern. This is the Chapman wave, counting the peaks from the lowest trough, merely counting each successively higher peak, try to get to a D. That's where other things can happen. You could go higher, but that's the objective in a buy mode. We're now in a buy mode, and this is now not leg B because it took out that previous B, so this is C. All right, C, and you've got the MACD expanding, the stochastics flat at 92%. I love that. That's exactly what you want to see. Most importantly, we've now got a leg B, a gray leg B in the weekly chart. Still no buy signal at all in the weekly chart. But you've got a buy mode in the daily. The daily says, therefore, that there should be higher peaks to come, at least a peak D. So let me go to this. I show my subscribers every day. So in this particular instance, this is all written up from yesterday's close. Now we see that's a leg C. And what I've done is I've drawn in a left side, right side price time match. I can't make it to the low over there. That would be a beautiful left side, right side price time match. I have to make it, I chose a candle. I chose the peak right here. Therefore, this move to the right says, and I've got a Chapman wave inside wedge, dash green, green on the upside, pink on the downside, dash green, target resistance line. Now, I could have made it, sometimes take it, when there's a gap and there's not a trough, I take it either from the gap low or I can take it from the next bar, gap high. It doesn't matter. This way is actually a little bit better because it gives you all the different resistance points. Doesn't matter. What it does is goes right now. Let me just look at the date. So it gives you a wedge formation that says the horizontal from 42,382 back on back in the early part of April before you had that smash to the downside to this particular bar gives you a count in bars coinciding with the Chapman wave inside wedge target repellent line to there. What's the date? The date's the 13th. But we are way down here for leg C. To get to that, I don't know what's going to happen next week. Maybe spectacular moves up, or maybe we have a consolidation. You'd expect at this point, right? To have a bit of consolidation. Now, I'd said the lowercase h can go to a lowercase m, but when the price starts to make higher highs and higher lows, immediately start thinking of the big rectangle. I've had webinars on this. It's really important. I have, let me just show you something here. I have webinar on the price action. When you have a very, like last night, you had a very narrow sideways move. There's a whole theory that I have about what you follow when you've got a long, narrow rectangle. When it's a large rectangle and it goes up to a peak, D, say, or E, and then it pulls back sharply, and then it starts higher highs and higher lows, then you think large rectangle forming a kind of lopsided gravy cup back to the previous high. That's exactly where we are right now. And the previous high that I'm talking about is this high. There's nothing here. There's just a gap of 42,382. But that's a long way to go. Look, today's high is 41,258. I'm asking for 41,258. I'm asking for 1,100 points in what, a week or so? 15th is when? 13th. 13th of May. It's a week from. A week from this coming Tuesday. That's a big ask. So I like to do one thing at a time, and I'll say the first big resistance will be the Chapman Wave inside wedge target repellent line. It's a rising repellent line, and it's starting at 41,770. All right, that's the way I like to look at it. Look at this, the MACD, and this is the same chart. This is the daily chart. Just in, I've added some things. The MACD is still expanding. That's really good. The 200-period moving average is up at the 42,500 area. 42,500, huh? Let me just double check. If I can see it, 591. Yeah, and you've got the stochastics flat at 92%. You couldn't ask for anything more than that when you're long. We are long and strong. What we're looking at here is the unbalanced volume. It says you're a little bit overbought, but just a little bit overbought means that you can have a little bit of a pullback. And the 120-minute chart went to a peak E, and now it's in a leg F to the upside. All the technicals are very strong. And I don't have any reading in my Chapman Wave trend gauge. I haven't had for a couple of days. And if you look at the weekly charts, look here. This is the weekly chart with no technicals, just the colors of the bars. Look at that. One red bar since the low of April the 7th. Beautiful weekly moves to the upside. This is the fourth week. Same thing here in the S&P. Actually, it's a slightly better chart than the Dow. The NDX 100, still very good. And the SMH semiconductor is not as good, but it is rallying. The SMH is up 6.06 at 218.32. And the IWM had a doji candle. So this is actually, in terms of candles, I mean, when you look at this move from the top, that is really ugly. So this is improving a lot. So I'm going to go through a couple of things. Let me just get to this right now. So I'm going to go back. So here we are. Actually, I need to look here because I did go to that seat. Darn. As I was doing the show, I got back in there. I'll talk about it in a moment. But then I put the title a little too tight. And you got Chapman Wave falling axe formation. Let me talk about patterns. Let me show you the pattern right here. That's this pattern right here. What happens with this particular pattern? The price goes straight up, and then it comes down, makes lower highs and much lower lows. Then all of a sudden it finds some support, and it turns into a cup formation. The cup formation takes out the declining trend line, and it breaks out the falling axis, the declining, expanding cone formation, and it starts to move, and it can go back to the previous high, but it's got to surpass all the left side peaks. And now let's see where we are here. So the left side peak here, the 5-minute chart will be right there at 56.94.25 for the E-mini. And then, of course, you get the day's high, which is up at the, if I can read it somewhere here, someone help me, let me see where the high would be, at 56.99. Okay, I'll be back. Basil Chapman, tightening. This is our Dow's at 414, S&P's of 63. Be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, reports, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years, with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi folks, so look, the E-mini at 56.97 is so close to taking out the left side high. It's already taken out the first one, and the high today is 56.99.00. We are so close to doing that. Very, very good action. So Technical Friday, I like to go through these technically, but also I like to talk a little bit fundamentals. So over the past 2 months, maybe more than 2 months, all I've heard from every single economist I've either met or spoken to or listened to has been that tariffs, there's just nothing as bad as these tariffs, and that we are going to go into just a really bad period. I mean, some people talked not depression, but even worse than that. And I looked at them and I thought, okay, it's only a bargaining tool. It's not the end result. The end result is something different. And if you don't understand Donald Trump's modus operandi, all he wants is a win. It could be by 1%, 51%, 50.001, and he calls it a win. And then he goes from there. So you've got to not take things at face value. You've got to take it at fact value, what eventually happens. And I admit it was a tremendous amount of uncertainty. But each time I stepped back and I looked at the charts, I said to myself, something's happening. Why would you have a stock like a GE Aerospace, almost at all-time highs? This is one that would be so affected by anything to do with the aircraft engines, and this is a huge, big cyclical stock. Why is it doing so well? Why is it making this V-shaped recovery from the 214.31 high that it made at the end of March, going all the way down to 160 and then coming back? It's trading at 207 right now. I mean, that doesn't make sense at all. There's something going on. Why are the steel stocks, SLX? I should mention we are long. General Electric. Why are the steel stocks doing? Look at this. It's not a great chart pattern, but since the April 7th low from under 52, you're trading at 62. You would not normally see that in these deep cyclicals. How about now? I'm starting to become even more impressed with the Russell 2000. Look, Russell 2000 up today 1.5%, up $3 at 199.07. Why would you be getting this? Now, the one thing missing is if I go to the XLF, and I'll tell him I'll call him back. I'll call you back in about 5 minutes. So why would I see the XLF moving the bank index under these conditions, usually with the yields still up in the higher range? Why would the S&P Select Financial Spider Fund, why would it be this high? It's not fantastic, but it's pretty good. Look at the Chapman Wave Inside Track repellent zone. It's now using that as a propellant to the upside. Let's not get too excited because we have to look at KRE. And KRE is doing nicely today, up in leg D at 55.67, 57.01 would be the resistance level. It's in a buy mode. The stochastic flat is 60 and 88%. Weekly chart doesn't look that great. Monthly chart doesn't look that great, but it is moving, and that's why I said to subscribers, I love our positions. There's just one that we do own from much lower down, which I just in terms of money management, I had to do some things the other day, and we did get taken out, and it was really a shame because I do think that this is going to go higher, but I didn't know how to protect us. And now I realize what I could have done. I could have kept the one position, the trading position, let that get taken out, and then the one I want you to try to keep as a core, make it a wider stop. Just didn't want that. I don't like big percentage losses. We take very small losses. We can always make them. In fact, the portfolio has more than made it up, even the last 3 days. So I'm just looking at this and I'm saying, so when so many economists are so negative, I just have to now take the other side of the coin. I mean, I've been doing that for about 2 or 3 weeks now, but I have to verbally say it out loud. I don't think they're right. I think that they are looking at this incorrectly. They're looking at it as the words. And it's not that, it's the deeds. Now, that puts me in a spot because it says, are you saying, oh, we're going to all-time highs? No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that the effect and the effect that the announcements of all the different tariffs have had and will make is going to be very important in relation to where we are. And I would just have to say, I'm going week by week. So this is a great week so far in the market. Can we have another good week next week? Well, I am expecting at least peak Ds in the indices, so that says should have higher highs. But at the same time, there are a lot of things that are actually coming right. All right? And I'm going to go into that in a little more detail as we move along. But I just wanted to say, so the question came up, when would I expect the next move up in the IWM to get to a resistance point? Well, 203.33 is the resistance that I'm looking at. And it is in leg D, but I've got a measured move, and that takes you to the 7th. When's the 7th? The 7th of May is Wednesday. Am I correct? Yeah, Wednesday. So by Wednesday, there should be at least an attempt to get to 203.33. That's the way I'm looking at. Now, the bigger picture says by the week of, by the measured move, taking it to this little doji peak right here, which is a different one to there. I always have to choose, it isn't always exactly the same midpoint, unless it's the exact midpoint because it's the low or the high. When you've got to move it to the side, when you've got the plumb line moving left or right, usually to the right, then you have to look for different ictus. You have to look for a different measurement. My measurement here says that, is that equal? I think that's yeah. It says that we should, I knew that was being covered. So that takes me to the week of, now I'm going to go to the day. That takes me to about the 15th of the month, 209.23. That I like to go one step at a time. I'm only giving you the figures. I'm not saying it's going there. What I am saying is I'm impressed with everything. I love the stochastic at 93% in flat. Look what happens with the stochastic when it pops up over 80% and then plunges immediately. You get that downturn. We haven't got that. We've got the exact opposite thing. It's remained at the higher level of 93%. I love that. So this is very good action in the IWM. I'd even say, keep your eye on this left side chart. That's the daily chart. Let's go through it again. INDU. Good. S&P. More impressive. Very good. Very strong. Right on the 200-period moving average yesterday. Today it uses that as a support, and it's up 71 to 56.76. Look at the QQQ. Also pretty good. I would even say the S&P at this point is a little bit more impressive, but a nice move up in the QQQs above the 200-period moving average, up 660 at 488.20. And IWM, here we go again. Look at that chart pattern. That's a pretty nice chart pattern, right? I'm happy about that. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, Tiger Conditions Hour. Wow, we've got a lot to do, and I've got questions that I have to take, but it is Technical Friday, so I do want to spend a little time on the technicals in the Chapman way.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
All folks, so let's just do this. We've got a couple of questions, but let me finish this up first. So we've got gold. Gold's up very sharply. It's still up 42 points, but it took a 100-point beating yesterday. I'm impressed that it's still in play. Let's just put it that way. But we've taken profits in our physical gold. Has exactly the same chart formation. Still kept a real nice core position. I don't want to get out of it just yet. Peak F and maybe in the daily, peak D in the weekly, leg D in the monthly. New month starting. Let's see if we can get above that 34,094 level. Okay, we're looking at the GDX. GDX is trading down. It's up 16 cents to 47.36. It's down from the high in the 52 area. So it's taken quite a bit of a pullback. There's the dreaded H pattern. This is the second day that it's probably going to be underneath that left side low. So that just says be careful. Market vectors, gold miners pulling back. SI is the silver. I've just been talking about this in a sideways trading pattern, a little bit weak. Let's go to the high-grade copper. High-grade copper is trading right now. High-grade copper is up 0.05 at 4.683. It's not doing very much. I'm a little surprised at that. And this is what I've been saying for a long time. All those benchmarks that you normally use, rates are lower, therefore market goes high. All of that is out the window. Dollar goes up, gold goes down, gold goes up, No, the relationship, the perfect relationships are not there. So when I'm looking at this, I'm looking at high-grade copper, and together with wood, which is the iShares Global Timber and Forestry ETF, which is peak A, peak B, C, C1, C2, is just holding okay. It's not fantastic. So this is really very specific. And that's what I say to subscribers. I'm not going for anything now that I'm looking at that I'm anticipating there'll be a turnaround. I'm waiting for the turnaround, or it's going to be a leader in its field. That's what we want, right? If the market is going up, I want the positions that we have to be going up. If the market goes down, yep, they'll go down, but maybe not as much as the general market. And that's the way it has to be in this particular phase until I feel that the weekly charts have given me a buy signal, and we haven't got that yet. Okay, now I can go to the bonds to see bonds are down 21 seconds. That means the TBT, which is the yield, is up at 35.53, 3.553. Not a big deal. It's been here before, but the fact is it is going up a little bit. Have I forgotten anything? Yes, crude oil. Crude oil right now is trading down 71, and I wanted to do natural gas. It was looking not bad this morning. Yeah. Now, this is interesting. Is this the time period where natural gas should really start to move up from 15, the UNG from 15 to 17? It's one of the bigger moves it's had in a long time. Wait a minute, isn't this spring going to the summer? In many parts of the country, this is already summer. All I can say is that this is one of the weirdest things. This trend line right here in the natural gas, UNG, United States Gas Fund, look at this. I've drawn this in for ages. And look, it's barely pushing up. I can't give you even the cyclicality of, look what that low there was. April. Well, April... Wait a minute, April going into a high of June? Wait a minute, is that what we see in natural gas? That was back in 2024. Oh, wait a minute, it did it again. From October, November of 2024, it rallies, and it still rallied up until last month, and it went to a very nice 24.33 from the 12 area. That's a big move. But then it pulls back. So all I can say is natural gas is... They called it a widow maker because, oh man, it just does everything opposite of what you think. I was going to put it on our list today, say, hey, let's just get it. But I really would like to see the 9-grid moving average for the first time in about a month and a half, almost 2 months, since it was up in the 22s, turn green, and it's not yet done that. So, but it is interesting, isn't it? It defies what I think of in terms of the winter usage of natural gas. All right, let's go now to Nova, N-O-V. Is that what we're looking at? No. NVO. Yes, Novo Nordisk. This is a pharmaceutical. Makes a high up in about 148 area. just what was that, June or so? Let me give you the exact figure. Yeah, June it goes to 148.15, and just the other day it was trading at 58, and now it is at 69. So the question is, what about it? And I said, I want to see, this was asked yesterday, I said, yeah, it looks okay. This could be the first move that actually has some veracity, some sustained strength, but I really want to see the 9-period moving average cross positive. Well, today we are an hour and 5 minutes, 10 minutes into the first session of the day, into today's session, and it's gone green. For the first time in a long time, the 9-period moving average, since it was up there, that was March, around about the 8th, when the price was up in the 80s, or 88, and now it's come all the way down to the 50s, and it's trading at 69 right now, and the 9-period moving average is cross positive. That's number one. So that says my support level would be underneath yesterday's low, which was at 64.18. I'd make it 63. That's 6 points, 6.5 points. That's a lot. But I'm just saying that's where I would look at key support. What really would happen is if it gave back any of yesterday had a huge move up to 68.83, and then it closed near the low at 64.18. It closed at 65.60, and today gaps up. So that to me is a really good sign that it's gapped and it's holding in the first hour instead of popping and then dropping like it did yesterday. Here it's popping and holding. So that's good. Now that's just the daily chart. The weekly chart, so you really have to be looking at Novo Nordisk as having products that are right on the cusp of what is needed right now in the whole pharmaceutical area. And I'm not sure if they are, I always think of them as pharmaceuticals, but maybe they are biotech. But Novo Nordisk, it's a big disappointment. Lower lows and lower highs, low lows, low highs, on and on and on, until just the other day on the 21st of April makes a low of 57.00. You didn't sell me that. 57 round number low. Outstanding. And what did I say it was? 421. I think I said 421. Yes. Okay. That's a really good sign. So, okay. Now what we've got is up 390 at 69.50. So this is what I'm going to suggest. You're in it. I'd have a tough time saying to you, put a stop on the whole thing. I would say if at any point by Tuesday at 4 o'clock, by the Tuesday close, if it's given back more than, it goes under 57, I didn't say 57, I meant 67, I did say, but it's 67, closes under 67, I'd say, you know what, you got to be a little bit careful. But if you're in the 62, 63 area, I like this. Good eye, really good eye, and I think it's going to work for you. What you really want to see is next week, it's at 69.56. It tags 72.80 to 73.20. That'll be good.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. an amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
All right, so we're looking at a question came in about PR, QR trading at, I didn't even see the price. I always look at the chart, I work it, and then suddenly I see the price. It's $1.83. I thought it looked like a more mature double-digit stock. No. So anyway, it goes from $1.20, what was that? $1.07 on the 9th of April to where it is right now at 184. It's, 80%, that's a fantastic move. And then I looked at it and I said, I wonder what this is, because it doesn't look like a biotech in the sense that it has sustained moves to the upside. It's not the monthly chart does pop and then drop, but it doesn't do it in one bar. It does it. And then I look at it as Pro QR Therapeutics NV. Of course, it's maybe a Dutch company. It's done fabulously right now. It's got support at 1.66. It's at 184 right now, 166 to 162. I would not like to see it below 160 in this particular move right now. And then what I would look at is this candle right here on the 13th of March. No, it's the 12th of March, has a high of 187. And today's high is 184. If it can clear that, you've got this ugly candle from here that goes all the way to the 187 level, 197 level. So yeah, choose one step at a time. But don't get too carried away. It is a biotech, therapeutics. Anything can happen with these things, and it's really it trades at $1 for a reason. Okay, so that's the one thing. Now the other question was CTGO. I don't know if I've got time for this. I'll just have a look at it. CTGO trading at 1364. Yeah, the 200-period moving average of 14.24 has been the fulcrum, up and down and up and down. If it's able to get to 1535 anytime next week without breaking under 13, I'll be very impressed with that. I don't know if this is also Contango, something or other. Contango or one. All right, well, all I can say is that this had a huge move up, and then it sustained the move. That, to me, is important. I don't like these single one-offs where it goes pop and then drop. So this is good, but this conglomeration right here, I would have preferred if it went right through. Now it's taking its time, and all I'm saying is if it goes under 1280, be careful. It's at 1363 right now. Then I was asked about the FXI. FXI is the China iShares China Large Cap ETF. Look at that big spike to the upside. And what am I reading here? Is this something that's official that I'm hearing that China has done something very quietly? What did it say? Let me just see here. In the den, our beautiful tiger den has some information about it. Now, where am I going to get it? Okay, there it is. So, China. Oh, it was also in Tiger YouTube. Who said it? Breaking. Thank you, EKS. U.S. non-farm. Oh, no, we got that. I was thinking, just in. Pat Stone says, thank you, Pat. You always have great information. Just in. China quietly in that little silent little quotes exempts nearly 25% of all U.S. imports from tariffs. And that goes to exactly what I was saying about the economists. And of course, economists, I mean, we always have a joke in technical analysis that economists get it right, but at the wrong time. Because they look at history. That's their job. They better do it. That's what they have to do. But projecting out is something very different. So I don't know. Maybe this is a real good sign that we'll see what happens. Of course, there are many other things that are going on. So the question here is Queb. So FXI had a big move up. Now, for this to sustain, look, this weekly chart looks like the silver chart, right? Big rectangle and a stick stays in the middle of it. What I am saying is, if this at 34.72, if it takes out 33 support at any point in the next week, that is not going to be a good sign at all. However, if it's able to climb, you can use this as a rectangle formation, just going to this doji candle right here. We'll go just step by step. If there's a move at 34.72 up 92.3 cents right now, if it's able by Wednesday, middle of the week next week, I would not like it just to touch and then break down. I would like it to climb and go over 35.46. If there is a close above 35.46 and it's only in leg C right now, and now I can say it's in a buy mode because it's 83% in the stochastic, that'll be very good. Real quickly, Queb, and that's I believe that's the internet ETF. Yep, also big leg C. Oh, this is a D already. So this is a buy mode. Going to your requisite D, and you're at D. Now, other things can happen. Watching it closely. Yeah, same thing in the weekly chart and the monthly. Just kind of stuck. Why do I lose all that information? It's just terrible. Queb is the CSI China Internet ETF. Yeah, I was right. So that's what we're looking at, and it's filling this gap. But it really has to get to 34.83 to 35.10. And it needs to tag, this one only needs to tag it. It doesn't have to close it. If it tags it, that's going to really improve the weekly chart, because then that weekly chart can flip back to 9-period moving average going green. All right, that we did that. Kind of questions. I wrote down some things. I had a question about, it was yesterday after, just as I was wrapping up, could I look at the NK, which is the Nikkei 225 USD continuous contract? Yeah, leg C, 200-period moving average. This is a buy mode. Stochastic's flat at 95%, really good. My target here would be 200-period moving average of 37,470, but actually this is the high that I think it has a chance of getting to. That's the high of the 26th of March at 38,050. So that would be my target, and I would have it for about Wednesday to Thursday of next week, whatever the date is. My next question came in Bitcoin. You forgot Bitcoin, Basil. Yeah, I did. Sorry. Bitcoin is holding well to make a new recovery high in leg D, 98,245. So we've only taken a little bit off. We've kept our core position in the iBit, that is the iShares of the Bitcoin ETF, and it has also made a new recovery high. This is good. Now I can draw in the patterns because this is a technical Friday. So what would I do? I'd go from that high, just like this. Look, so I go to the top at 61.75 from right there. That's late December. And I try to join whatever I can to the tops. Well, if I go to the top here, that's a little high. So I'm going to go to the second top right there. So I feel comfortable saying this is the trend line I'd be monitoring. And if the iBit iShares ETF is able to, first of all, tag 57 94 to 58.01. That's the area I'm looking at next week. That'll be really positive. Why? Because it's a falling axe formation, just as we were watching something a moment ago. That was the ETF, the E-mini. Now it says if it breaks that, then the left side high that you'd be looking at, it would be the high of 61.08 the week of the 24th of January, and then 61.75. So this is very good action in the iShares. We've been favorably inclined to this for quite some time. I'll be right back. Basil Chapman, Tiger Ignitions Hour, and the Dow's at 441. S&P's at 67.
This year has already been a wild ride for the market. We started off heavily in the red, traversed back to all-time highs, and we now have a trade war looming. Trying to play this chop as an individual trader leads to death by 1,000 cuts. Where does this market go next? Should I add to this position or cut my losses? Where is the next opportunity? Tariffs, trade wars, analysis paralysis. Don't become a victim of this intense market. Instead, join Larry Pesavento over the second and fourth Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading. Larry's been through many markets just like this one, and the insight he provides is invaluable. The dates for this month are April 11th and 25th, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern Time. Get in here and let's start trading. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
So in the Dan says if PRQR will be a more mature double-digit stock someday, they have a big partnership deal with Eli Lilly. Oh, okay, good to know. So have a look at this, BCRX. These are streamers that have shown up on my streamer list under $10. I just haven't done anything about him in the last whatever. Look at this. BioCryst Pharmaceuticals goes from $6 just about 2.5 weeks ago, and here it is at $8.83. Still only in leg B. We've got got to write this clearer. ABEO. This is called, whatever it's called, Abiona Therapeutics, cell and gene therapies, goes from the 200-period moving average of 544 after being at $4, and it screams up into the sevens. I mean, so many of these by OCUL. Ocular. Look at this, OCUL. And I've been avoiding getting them because we've got other things that we've got. But these are under $10. So next this coming week for subscribers, I will start adding some of these. It's now at $867. And just the other day it was in the 7s. I could go on, ARV, and there are just a whole bunch of them. So that kind of goes with what was showing. That I haven't seen this many biotech stocks show up. So let me just wrap this up. You're going to go to Steve Rhodes. Oh, Steve was... recorded early this morning, so I'll do the news, and then you'll hear Steve's really good analysis of the markets. So we're at up 431 to 41,183. This is a really nice leg. See, it's not fantastic. It's just the steadiness of this move. I love big, strong strokes to the upside. These little mini ones, almost like the Impressionist painting. I prefer the Mondrian type strong strokes. In the meantime, this is good action. And let me just say, on the day, let's go quickly to the E-mini as we're wrapping up. The E-mini is trading at 56.94. If it can trade in the 57.08, 57.10 area later today, that'll be really good. But I think we might be getting a little toppy, and you've got to watch the 56.80 level.